story, the narrative continues. The story that shapes and informs who we are as a people. This one, now handed over, has been betrayed by those closest to him. He now has worked up the temple priests, the elders, into such a tizzy. And they have stirred up the crowds. The empire now takes the fall. Pontius Pilate, this one that is named in the creed, is the one who takes the rap for Jesus being led out to Golgotha, to the place of the skull. And yet, as we come to this time, as we come to the cross and Jesus' crucifixion, we know that just like that parade that I talked about with the children that goes throughout the ages, similarly, this story echoes and resounds throughout the ages. It's not just Peter who lets Jesus down. It's not just Judas who betrays, or the temple priests of 2,000 years ago who rally up the people, or the empire that was so set on Pax Romana and wanting peace within their world that is at fault. We are not unlike Peter. Those moments where it's much easier to deny that we are Christians, that we are followers of this Jesus. Perhaps it's in big ways, straight out, trying to keep ourselves safe and protected. Or perhaps it's in the small ways. Why do you go to church on Sunday mornings? Oh, the people there are really nice. Why do you give money to the poor? Oh, it's a good thing to do. Why do you care about what happens in our world when it comes to creation? Well, we all need a place to live. Those answers are fine, but they're cop-outs. If we come into this place, we come to church to be community, not because we look around and say, oh, they're really nice. It's fun to have a cup of coffee afterwards. We come here because there is a commitment to following in the ways of Jesus. One who will not let us go, who claims us in the waters of baptism. One who challenges us to live in a new and transformed way, to be a witness in the world that we might bring healing. Why do you go to church? Because the words of Jesus echo over me. I am a beloved child of God, and I've been given a responsibility to help others, to live into this promise in the world. Why do you give money to the poor? Well, I hear the words that if we have 2 coats, we should give one away. I hear the words that we are to care for the widows and the children, that we're to show up when the empire is going to cut food stamps, the SNAP program. We're going to show up when the empire says that people of color don't matter once they've been in jail. That we're going to show up at the border where people are dying in the desert because God compels us to care for the immigrant. That's why I give of myself. Because God in Jesus Christ compels me. Why do we show up? But then the question is, where does it lead? Are we willing to follow this one to the cross? Are we willing to look at how God in Christ uses the greatest instrument of human torture and flips it on its head and compels people to come to that place and to live in a new way? This is the week of that question. As we move from this Sunday through Good Friday, will you journey with Jesus as he makes those steps,